Comedian and actor Lee Mack has opened up about his experience working with the late Sven-Goran Eriksson on a documentary, which saw him play for the England team. Comedian and actor Lee Mack has opened up about the invaluable advice he received from the late football manager Sven-Goran Eriksson, who tragically passed away last year at the age of 76. The former England, Leicester City, and SL Benfica coach had a profound impact on Mack during their time working together on a documentary. Before filming the documentary, Mack had played for the England team in Soccer Aid and missed 3 penalties. However, it was Eriksson's words that completely changed his perspective on the game. "We did a documentary of me as the old player building up to being in Soccer Aid for the 4th time," Mack told the Mirror. The star of Not Going Out further revealed, "It was an hour special on ITV, we got the late great Sven involved and he basically told me what I needed to do and then I went and did it. Go and practice your penalties, go and get fit, start acting like a footballer." In a surprising twist, Eriksson ended up sacking Mack, telling him, "At the end of it, he sacked me and said you can't play for England, go and play for World 11. I think it was very clear that the whole thing was just one big sketch and the reality is, I just decided it's only fair that I share out the badness. It'd been bad for England for quite a few years. You share the love, so you've got to share the badness as well." Mack took it in stride, saying, "At the end of it, he sacked me and said you can't play for England, go and play for World 11. I think it was very clear that the whole thing was just one big sketch and the reality is, I just decided it's only fair that I share out the badness. It'd been bad for England for quite a few years. You share the love, so you've got to share the badness as well." Lee quipped that his decision to play for the World 11, despite years with England, was influenced by his Irish roots. He remarked, "So I thought I'll even up the sides by playing for the other side. It worked out for the best because I scored. I do think European footballers do have a slightly better understanding. You're only as good as the weakest player, they're a bit more encouraging than some of the vocal England players." The comedian also noted the stark contrast between European and English footballers, citing Arsene Wenger's approach as an example. He said, "Look at Arsene Wenger, he was the first manager not to scream at the players. He came in and sort of talked gently and more analytically to players and it worked out for the best. We're still that mentality of roll your sleeves up and scream." Set to make his 8th appearance at Soccer Aid, the Southport-born funnyman will join forces with celebrities like Gorka Marquez, Martin Compston, and YouTube sensation TBJZL, as well as football greats Edwin van der Sar, Nemanja Vidic, and Leonardo Bonucci. They will face off against stars such as Tom Grennan, Louis Tomlinson, Joe Hart, Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, and Wayne Rooney. Discussing his annual fitness routine inspired by the charity match, Lee shared, "Every year, without this, I wouldn't do any exercise. Every year I go right, I've got to get fit. So a few years ago, I bought a treadmill and every year it gets later and later. Last year, I think I went on it the night before." Despite being called up for the 8th time, he always assumes it might be his last. He shared, "I assume every year they're not going to ask me back so it's very exciting when I get the call. I am at that age where I do think after each one, even if they ask me I better say no because it takes months and months to feel better again. But when the call comes and says do you want to do it? I always go yeah, definitely." However, he hinted that being the oldest outfield player each year comes with its own set of physical challenges. Lee humorously referred to his role as a goal hanger. But he quickly learned during his first Soccer Aid that staying in one spot on the field is not an option, it's exhausting, he quipped. He continued, "You've got to get a bit fit, the training is 3 days and each day is a couple of hours. At my age you don't play football 3 days on the run, then you play the match so it's 4 days on the run. I'm used to playing once a week with local dads." Since its inception 20 years ago, Soccer Aid has raised over £106 million for UNCIEF, breaking records year after year. "It doesn't seem to slow down in any way," Lee observed, noting that while Soccer Aid was previously held biennially, he speculated it would be more challenging to attract crowds and funds annually.